My name is Neeten Manfred Hendrich, and I'm here to introduce the rebalancing training to you.
So could you tell the people watching the video, what's the basic difference between this work, rebalancing, and say a simple massage?
There's quite a few differences. The first difference is it's a holistic approach. That means the main orientation for us is to teach the therapist who learns this a meditative approach to body work. That's the first thing. That is the most important for me. And also the technique is very specific. So we basically run through the whole training through a sequence of like 10, 12 sessions where we build each session on each other, and we start from the circumference of the body, from the outer layer of muscles in the body, and slowly orient ourselves towards the core muscle, the deep muscles in the belly, the deep back muscles, and the deep muscles, for example, around the face and the jaw and the eyes.
So students will be learning anatomy when they take the training?
Yeah, we will be learning a lot of anatomy, but the anatomy will be always experiential. Yeah, like for example, if we work with the back, which I can show you a little bit. Okay, we will. Anyway, you see the tissues, you see the fascia, you see the muscles on the outside. Then we will have pictures with that. But mainly when we touch, that's the point where we start to use our sensory awareness. We use technique.
I notice you're stopping and being very still on certain points.
Yeah.
Is that what you mean by a meditative approach?
Well, it's in a way I'm using my intuition, that's right, and I'm using what I'm feeling, and then at the same time I use the technique, which is to work around the muscle attachments with that stillness. Yeah, I'm leaning into it, yeah, and I'm not pressing, I'm giving pressure, slight pressure on the muscle attachments of the gluteals. And that's part of the technical work, but the stillness in it is very, very important, that I don't push or overwhelm the person. What we try to support the student with is that they can, even already after the first 5-6 days, start to practice sessions at home. So there will be in the in-between parts practicing time for the students, that they can integrate what they have learned in the training and actually use already after 5-6 days what they have learned.
So it's a professional training, and the student can expect to work with this method professionally then afterwards, is that right?
Yes, they get qualified to be a certified rebalancer after 40 days, yes.
So, and the students are learning the technique. Are they also experiencing the technique so that that's part of their learning? So they receive sessions?
Well, yeah, during the training it will be, we start the morning with a little meditation or some body awareness exercises, then I give a brief demo. I try to keep the demos relatively short, in small steps, so it's easy to learn that. And then maybe after 3-4 days we put one whole session together, and then they have a sequence of 90 minutes where they can exchange. But the basic frame is they always exchange with each other.
So they're giving the session, but they're also receiving the session and experiencing what it feels like.
Through experiencing, you learn most probably, often more. Plus you also experience being a model in the training, for me. or being in an exchange with one of the assistants who are already trained. So it's very good.
Last question. What can a student expect to learn about themselves in this training?
Yeah, they can learn to be themselves, to be authentic, which is a very important quality when you want to work with people, is that you're true to yourself and true to the person you're working with, that it's authentic what you are offering, it's not a put-on role. Yeah? So that's our main orientation, that the student is able to witness themselves and also is able to reflect on the positive parts that they have and also on their negative parts, because we will need that capacity to witness and reflect on ourselves when we work with people. One of the very, very basic and important tools for me personally.
So it sounds like a big part of the teaching actually is for these students to learn how to really meet their clients on a deep level. Is that right?
Yes, because it's very close, become very close to a person when we work with body work. That's just how it is. So it's very important that the students learn to respect boundaries, for example, and that they also learn how to go deep in a sensitive way, respecting the client's boundary. That is one of the biggest things we are trying to teach, because it is deep tissue massage. Yeah? We want to release tensions, we want to give the body a new shape somehow with structural body work, and our intention is not to overwhelm the person, it's to go within the frame of what a person is able to receive. And that's a big learning within the training. The students have a lot of sharings and interchange with each other, where they learn by experiencing what feels good and what doesn't feel so good. And then after the training, they are qualified to share that experience. One of the main things that we try to offer is a safe space for people to come to the training. And one of the biggest, like if you look at this room, for example, it's so amazing to be in such an environment here in Parin. I look out of the windows and the clouds, I can see the clouds passing by, to create a beautiful ambience for training like this, because we work on the body and then we want to also have a little bit outer beauty around it. So it's in a great place in Parin, in an organic Biohotel with organic food, healthy food. So it's also, in my understanding, when we work with the body, we also want to learn how to stay healthy ourselves. It's very simple.
Okay.